the same time, they can start building, reskilling, upskilling, getting new skills to build their Ikigai. Ikigai is about the whole lifestyle. It's about personal things that we like, professional things that we like, and it is something that we can be rewarded for. Ikigai is a lifestyle. We are keep trying to find more Ikigai elements of our life that can be ideal hobbies, that they are matching our personal and professional goals and our needs, or ideal jobs or volunteering projects. So it's something that's evolving and it can also change from time to time.
Amazing. It seems amazing being away from home, but at the same time being able to make money, to be able to make friends.
If they are struggling financially and they want to find a job that they really enjoy, they can do it simultaneously, like having a full-time or part-time job.
Welcome to Edu Leaders Speak, the podcast where trailblazers in education share their insights and innovations. Here we delve into the heart of teaching and learning, exploring how today's educators and educational leaders can inspire, empower, and transform. Today, my guest is not an educator in the sense that we've used to. My guest is Markos Korvesis. He's a career and business coach for remote workers and digital nomads. He is passionate about helping individuals discover their Ikigai. Welcome, Markos. So good to have you here.
Thanks for the invitation, Theodora. Thank you very much.
It's always fun to explore. The exploration is always for me and the curiosity is mine. So when I heard about you and you're Greek and you're traveling around the world, I was really curious. So I wanted to invite you to my podcast and learn more about what you do and spread your word, spread your passion, and tell us more. What is Ikigai and how does this help your clients?
Sure. So Ikigai is a Japanese concept that means a reason for being, and it's a concept of a fulfilling life and career, let's say. Yeah, and it's coming mainly from Okinawa in Japan, which is the best blue zone, which is the top area of longevity globally.
And how do you think has helped your clients or yourself initially, I suppose, to discover something? And what was this something?
Yeah, so Ikigai is, let's say, an holistic approach. So it's about the whole lifestyle. It's about personal things that we like, professional things that we like. Many people think that Ikigai is a job because there is a book since 2016 from some Spanish guys that is saying that Ikigai is a job we love, are good at the what needs and who can be paid for. But I have Okinawan friends, I have Japanese friends. The original Ikigai is something that we love. Can be whatever, can be a hobby, a volunteering project, a job, can be many things, not only one. It can be something that we are good at or not, or it will be useful for the world or not. And it is something that we can be rewarded for. The reward can be money, but it can also be fulfillment, happiness, recognition, new knowledge, experiences, connections, many other things, not only money.
And is it something that you find it once and then you stop looking for another Ikigai? Or is it something that is evolving while you are evolving?
Yeah, it's evolving because Ikigai is a lifestyle. So we are keep trying to find more Ikigai elements of our life that can be ideal hobbies, that they are matching our personal and professional goals and our needs, or ideal jobs or volunteering projects. Okay, so it's something that is evolving and it can also change from time to time. So maybe, for example, I have an Ikigai now, let's say as a job, and in 5, 10 years, I do something different. So it can change in the future.
And have you found your Ikigai?
Of course, that's why I'm talking about it. I discovered my Ikigai in 2017, which is career coaching and consulting, helping people find a better job, change their careers, or even start their own online businesses. So this is for the professional part. And then for, let's say, the more personal part is traveling. I love traveling. I visited 37 countries. And the last 2 years, I live in Southeast Asia, and I'm currently in Vietnam. I decided to make Vietnam my home base and stay
Mhm.
most of the month of the year in Vietnam.
And why Vietnam?
I am currently in Da Nang, which is a seaside city in central Vietnam. It's very popular for digital nomads and remote workers. It's a beautiful city full of nature. There is the sea and the jungle with the monkeys and the rivers, lakes, caves, everything. So it's super beautiful.
Yes. So you have, of all the places that you have visited, you have picked this particular one for its beauty. Let's say it makes you feel at home. It makes you feel like home.
Exactly. It feels like home. It has a very good energy for me. There is also a great mixed local expat nomad community here. So I can make new friends and meet people every day if I want. There are a lot of meetups and activities, so I can meet locals, expats, and nomads. The cost of living is very low comparing
Mm.
to Europe. Imagine that sometimes some things here are even 10 times lower than Greece. For example,
Wow.
you can go to a restaurant and you can have a full meal with a limited fee for €1, or you can have an apartment on the beach with a swimming pool for even two to 300 euros per month.
Crazy.
Uh, so yeah, the cost of living is very low, so everything is very affordable here. There are a lot of activities, a lot of sports. People are very kind, very nice. The locals, they play a lot of sports also. So I really like it here. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So do you see yourself staying there for the long term, or is it a small stop in
Yeah.
your journey?
Well, it's very possible to stay here long term. I also have a local girlfriend, so let's see how it goes.
Mm-hmm,
And yeah, I like it here for long term. Right now, I'm testing the rainy season, but it's very sunny outside, so it's not really raining yet.
mm-hmm,
Because the rainy season is from October to December here.
mm-hmm,
But so far, we have a great weather, and everybody is going for swimming and everything outdoors. So let's see, yeah. But I will continue traveling in other countries from time to time. I also want to visit Japan and Korea and China. And I haven't been to Africa yet. I want to visit Africa or South America.
mm-hmm,
So yeah,
mm-hmm,
I will keep traveling in a slower, let's say, mode.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Amazing. It seems amazing that like being away from home, but at the same time being able to make money, to be able to make friends. How does this feel?
Yeah, it's great for me. I really like this lifestyle. I was traveling very fast in the beginning. Like, imagine that I visited 22 countries in 1 year and a half.
Okay.
So that was insane, but that was in Europe. Europe is very small, so it's easy to go from one country to the other compared
Yeah.
to America, Asia, and Africa. The the distance is bigger, let's say. Um, yeah, for me, it's fine. It's very easy to make new friends, to meet people. The nomad community is very organized and very supportive. So wherever I go, I can find other nomads to help me even before I go there. The same for the expat communities. Also, locals are also very kind and very nice, and they are always willing to help. So it's great. Yeah, for me, it's very easy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to to go around.
Yeah, and let's say somebody gets inspired by what you're doing. Where should they get started? What's the starting point? Or what mistakes should they avoid that you have made, but now you can
Yeah.
easily reflect on?
So yeah, this depends on various things. For example, one of the most important things is for somebody to be able to work remotely,
Mm.
to have a specialty that can be done remotely. For example, English teachers can work remotely, like all kind of teachers can work remotely. Okay. So this is one thing, to have a remote job. Another option is to join some nomad communities, even if somebody is unemployed, to join some nomad communities and explore how they live, what are the options, and find new opportunities. Even for the people that they have zero budget, like me, when I started in 2018, I started traveling and I became a digital nomad in 2018. I was unemployed and I had zero budget, and I started traveling and practicing my new job, let's say, that I was very big beginner back then, with Erasmus projects. Many people think that Erasmus is for students and young people. It's not, it's for everyone. Even my mom can go there, who is over 60. So everybody can join Erasmus projects. They are all over Europe, also in Greece. And this is for Europe, right? If people are not from Europe, yeah, this is maybe they have another similar project. But in Europe, we have Erasmus. There are usually 7 to 10 days trainings. So people can join, they can learn new things, they can meet other people from other countries. And at the same time, they can work remotely before, during, and after the training, if they want to start without money, right?
Yeah.
As I started. And then, okay, when they have some money, they can start with, let's say, low-cost countries. In Europe, for example, Bulgaria and the Balkan countries in general are very affordable, and also some countries in North, East, and East Europe, let's say. So there are some places that people can start even if they have a limited budget, and they can start traveling and working remotely.
That's a wonderful idea, because I don't think many people know that.
Yeah.
And they're missing out on beautiful opportunities, right? Even if they don't plan to become digital nomads, they can still grab this opportunity, like during the summer or during a break they take from before moving on, transitioning to another job, and they can still travel and take some time off. I think people, what do you think? Are people afraid to take breaks between jobs? Is it a stressful period in between jobs, like they lose or quit a job? And how do they use these transition periods?
So I have been there myself, but I also help people transition to do this transition. So it depends on the person, like, and also some people, they have some responsibilities. They have to cover some expenses. They have a family with kids, or they are taking care of their parents, or something else. So they have some bills to cover, and they are looking to have a job to pay their bills. Okay. If people, they are more relaxed, maybe they have some money in their bank account, or maybe they have very limited expenses. Maybe they own a house, or they are staying with their parents, or something like that. Then it's easier for them to have more time to reflect and explore what opportunities are out there. So they can do this transition, and they can join opportunities like the Erasmus programs. If people are also up to 30 years old, it's even easier because there are way more programs for young people. But yeah, so it depends on the person. Some people are feeling very stressed and they want to jump to the next job to cover their bills, and other people are very relaxed.
What's your recommendation on that, if you have any tips?
Yeah, so there are many different opportunities, but as I said, it depends on every person's character, responsibilities, interests, or this kind of stuff. I have met people that they could leave, let's say, Greece tomorrow and explore the world. And I have met people that they couldn't leave Athens, not even for one day.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the person. Like for me, as I see it, if some people, they are like the majority, if they are struggling financially and they want to find a job that they really enjoy, they can do it simultaneously, like having a full-time or part-time job, and at the same time, they can start building, reskilling, upskilling, getting new skills to build their Ikigai, their new, let's say, ideal job. Also, there are some other opportunities, like in Europe, there is the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs, which is a program for everyone that they can go to a company they like in other countries in Europe. Sometimes they also have countries like Singapore and the USA. And they can go to another country for up to 6 months for job shadowing, so they can explore the company and the job. They can get new skills, experience, knowledge, connections. So they can also have this 6 month, let's say, period, like a testing period with this program, because they have a funding from the European Union up to 1,200 euros per month. So there are some other opportunities like that that they can explore.
Yeah. So you have all this beautiful information that can help people transition or find another other opportunities in their life, and they come to you and you take, let's say, you do a discovery call, you learn more about them like a doctor, you do an analysis of their own past, right? So then you can lay out the opportunities and help them make decisions, because I've heard you saying there is this opportunity, that opportunity. So you're laying out all the opportunities and they start testing out what can happen in their life. And you're there to support them in this transition or after the transition as well.
Yeah, also after, like for example, for my Ikigai program, I do 7 coaching sessions with 10 exercises, and we start with personal things. So we explore their personality and their personal goals and their ideal lifestyle. And then we are going to the professional part, and see which kind of jobs are better matching their needs and their personal and professional goals, lifestyle, and everything. Because if you tell me, oh, Markos, I love to do ski and snowboard, and it's my passion and I want to do it every week, you cannot go to the Netherlands for work because there are no mountains, right?
Yes.
Because you will be depressed or very sad, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the person. We explore everything around 10 fields of their life. So career is just one out of 10. And then we go slowly to see what are the best options for each person's needs. And some people, they can take action very fast, so they can do the transition, they can change their career in just a few months. And other people that they have different priorities or responsibilities or different character, let's say, they can go slower and they may do the transition in a few years. So it depends on the person. And then I can also support them after that.
Yes. But even for the people that it takes longer, you're still there to support them,
Of course.
right? A support
Yeah,
system.
of course. Exactly, because it depends on the person. Some people, they have kids and they are like, okay, this is great, but I prefer to wait for my kids to become 18 and go to university, and then I can do my career change, or this kind of priorities. So it depends on the people. And some of them, they take it slow. They decide to take action 1 year later or 2 years later. Yeah, there is nothing right or wrong. Every person is different, and we need our own time, right? And timing.
Yes. And this Ikigai journey is like a journey of self-discovery, I suppose, self-awareness. You're aware, but it doesn't mean that you will take action or that you have to take action, but you become more aware of what you could do in life and get more pleasure, fulfillment. And then it's up to you to decide when this is going to happen, right?
Exactly. So it brings clarity, and it brings clarity for personal goals, professional goals, ideal lifestyle. I can tell you that 1 out of the 4 people that we do this program, they move city, country, or even continent within a year. And even if they have a partner or family with kids. There is also a stat like 1 out of 10, they learn about a job they have never heard of it. So we end up with a job that they didn't even know that this job exists.
Wow.
So that's very interesting. Because, I have traveled the world. I have met people from over 100 countries. I talk with people every day. So I know, let's say, way more jobs than the average person is aware. So
Yeah.
I know jobs that they are not popular in Greece, for example. They don't know them in Greece, but they can be done remotely or in different ways. So
Mhm.
it's very interesting. Like the whole process is very interesting because also every person is different. So I also really enjoy the process.
Yeah, yeah. It seems as if you grow through this process, through your clients as well.
Of course,
You,
yeah.
you learn about yourself.
Imagine that. Imagine we have a session about goal setting. I offer them some specific instructions how to set their goals with the SMART methodology and the NLP, neuro-linguistic programming techniques. And I also get some ideas from time to time, and I copy paste some goals to my goal setting, let's say, board, and they also copy paste some of my goals to their own. So we exchange ideas about personal and professional goals. And I also want to say here that it's not only important to find what is the ideal job, but also in which way. For example, English teacher. Okay, English teacher where? In the
Mhm.
public school, a private school, English teacher for kids, for adults, for teenagers, business English teaching for foreigners, like for who? In which way? Having our own business, maybe working with an NGO or a social enterprise. So there are many different ways. The same also for my job, right? And
Yeah.
also, even if I have like a freelancing business, do I want an office to have my own, let's say, office, physical office, or I want to work remotely? If I want to work remotely, how? At home, at a coffee shop, at a co-working space, from
Mhm.
anywhere. So there are very different ways to do the same job. So we also explore that. Okay, we discovered some jobs that we are a good, let's say, fit to this person, but which way? As an
Mm.
employee for the government, for a multinational company, for a startup, for a Greek company, for an NGO, social enterprise, having their own business. So everything is different, even if it is
Yeah,
the same job.
yeah. And I'm really curious what happens with people, like if you can mention one case study of a person who just changed, totally changed, and did something that had never thought of before. And what is their journey now? What's happening in their life now?
Yeah. So, for example, now I remembered one person that we did the Ikigai program. Actually, that was very random meetup. I remember I was in Spain, in Granada. I was nomading in Spain for 1 month. I didn't have a specific reason to go to Spain. Just I had actually an Erasmus project in Portugal, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, let's go 1 month before that to Spain to explore Spain, like central and south west Spain, and then go to Portugal for the program. So I visited around 10 cities in Spain, and one of them was Granada, when I joined a couchsurfing meetup. Couchsurfing is a platform that people can host, let's say, tourists for a few days for free at their home,
Mm.
and they can meet new cultures in this way. So there was a couchsurfing meetup. I joined this meetup. There were many people, and one of the girls was searching for a place to stay. So I had like an Airbnb apartment with one bed and one sofa. So I invited her if she wants to join and stay there. And she was okay. So then we became friends. And after a few months, she asked for my services for the Ikigai program. We did the program. And then she joined the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs in Andalusia in Spain. She
Mhm.
chose a company that she really liked. She was doing job shadowing for like full day because she was learning so many new things. And in 6 months, which was the program, with the funding of the program, she learned everything and she started her own business in 6 months. And not only
Wow.
that, she did her own business in Tenerife, in Canary Islands, and also she even invited her mom from Hungary, because she was from Hungary, to join her, and her sister. And she even started collaborating with the company of the Erasmus program. So she's offering her own online and offline services, but also offering services together with the Erasmus company. So that's one of the great success stories, let's say, and also the fast ones. That's just six
Wow.
months.
Wow, what a journey. What a journey. What a
Yeah.
transformation. Amazing. And it seems that you are helping people to change not just the job, but change their life, like take a huge turn in their life. And are there any cases of people who resisted, like, although they wanted to discover their Ikigai, then they said, no, that's a mistake. That's not it. Something is.
I had like one to two, let's say, cases, 1 to 2 people, 2 people, I think, in the past that we ended up with some results that they were not super excited. But then we continued the sessions. We did like, I usually offer like some extra free sessions if this happens. It only happened twice or these years. And we discovered some passions actually in the next session.
Mhm.
So yeah, it can happen, but then it's also up to each person to take actions. For example, I have met people that we did everything. I even helped them with some practical things like how to optimize their LinkedIn profile, how to use LinkedIn for personal branding, job search or finding clients. They had their own business, professional networking, thought leadership, and everything. And maybe we did that like 3 years ago, and they still have one connection, me. So they took zero action all these years.
Zero.
So there are
Yeah.
some people that, yeah, maybe life happens, I don't know, or they just don't take action, or they don't feel confident. So it really depends on the person, I would say.
So this is a key point in everybody's journey. Taking action, whatever you discover is just a discovery if you don't take action upon it and use it to your own benefit, right?
Yeah. It's
And
also very, very funny. Sometimes, there are many people, like every single day that they are asking me for a remote job. I tell them I don't offer jobs, I offer career services. I can help you find a remote job, but I don't offer jobs.
yeah.
But it's very funny because I sent them like a free webinar to watch with how to find a remote job with free tips. And after 1 month, they text me again, "Oh, Marcos, can you help me find a remote job?" And then I asked, "Did you watch the webinar I sent you 1 month ago?" They said no. So if you don't even watch the free webinar, how can I help?
Yeah,
It's very
definitely. We need to take action. Whatever job we're working on, whatever passion we're working on, we need to
yeah.
take action. That's what I'm getting from this conversation. And now your journey has changed a lot from that day in 2018, 17, that you started like exploring
Yeah.
possibilities. And how has your journey helped your clients? Like, talking about your story, how has this helped your clients in their journey?
Yeah. So one of the most important things is that they have a lot of aha moments, a lot of new insights and new ideas and tips. They learn new things that they have never heard of before. I also learn all the time new things from this
Mm.
journey. And in this way, I can help them better. I can give them more ideas about opportunities that they can have for new knowledge, experiences, job search, lifestyle, and everything. For example, there are many people in Greece, but also some other countries that they kind of suffer, let's say, because they can't find, they don't have their own house, they need to rent an apartment, and the apartment can be expensive for them because they have the minimum wage or let's say a small salary. But if they don't have really responsibilities to stay there, they can actually move to a different place with a lower cost of living or even a different country. Can be like in Balkan countries, and they can do everything easier. They can find a better community, they can find a lower cost of living, they can be more flexible. And if they want later, they can go back when they are
Yeah.
ready and they have, let's say, better income, or if they have their own businesses. Also, this is how I kind of, let's say, started, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
And what?
like sorry, like I want to say here about the geographic arbitrage. So if people, they can work remotely, they can go to a different city or a country with a lower cost of living, and they can have a way better lifestyle with the same money.
Mhm. Mhm. So if people overcome this fear of what's new, what's unknown, unfamiliar out there, and they just try it out for a few days, let's say 20 days, but not go there as a tourist, but go there to try out, to test what it is like, what is it like to work there,
Yeah.
to stay there, but for work, and extend it 2 days plus 2 days plus 2 days, then this could be a starting point for the people who are hesitant, but not happy with their current life. If they're happy with their current life, why try it, right? But if they're not happy, why not try this, but try it for a small
Exactly.
limited period of time. Okay, and I'm really curious now, what's next for you? Like you have tried this, you live in you're living your best life right now, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
And you're sharing it with us. And what's next for you? What's coming up for you?
So yeah, this year I started co-organizing Nomad festivals for digital nomads, remote workers, and people that they are interested in this kind of working style and lifestyle. And I started with the Athens Nomad Fest, which was end of September in Greece, and the next one is next year, next September. And now I'm organizing a Nomad Festival in Vietnam that will be in March in
Wow.
Da Nang and Hoi An, another beautiful city close to Da Nang. Also UNESCO heritage, let's say. And so this is something new that I'm organizing Nomad festivals and meetups and events. And I'm also thinking to start a podcast for next year. I will join some trainings. I will explore some things because I want to start a new podcast. I have an idea. It will be about digital nomads and their stories and something like that. So I'm also looking forward to it. That's a
Yeah.
project for next year. Let's see if I can make it because I'm very busy with what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I need also to make time for that. Yeah.
But you're setting a goal on that and you're putting it out in the universe and letting
Exactly.
universe do its magic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what is your experience from the festival in Athens for the previous festival in Athens? Did lots of people attend? Were people curious or just curious and stayed there, curiosity, but nothing else?
Yeah, that was a great experience. Actually, we only had 3 months to prepare it, including August, which it doesn't even count as a month because everybody's on vacation. So let's say we had 2 months to organize everything from the idea to make it happen because the team was very new. We did the team after the Bansko Nomad Festival, which was end of June. So it was very fast, let's say. But everything went well. We had around 130 people in total, uh, including people from the public sector, including we had 12 speakers, some extra sessions for people to do networking and meet each other and do collaborations, some extra meetups and activities. It was very interesting, very nice, also very interesting for me because it was the first event that I organized like this kind of event. So in a very limited time. So we learned a lot of things that we can improve for the next one, what to change, what to improve, what to remove. So I think the next one will be way better because now we have a lot of feedback and we know now what we missed, we didn't think about, what we could do better. And I also have the event in Vietnam, that is the second, let's say, experiment. And the first
Exactly.
one in Southeast Asia. So
Yeah.
also even more experience.
Yes. And you use this beautiful word, experiment, that people are afraid to experiment. I see it from my own
Yeah.
experience. they are afraid to experiment with things, and they consider them as opportunities to make mistakes. So they're afraid, and because they have a negative connotation for mistakes
Yeah.
and negative experience from previous mistakes. So they have attached, like, let's say, negative feelings with mistakes and experiments. So they are avoiding making experiments. But what happens when we avoid experimenting? What do you think happens?
Yeah, it's like we are staying in our comfort zone and we cannot really grow from that. So also for me, I really like experimenting and try new things. Sometimes are successful, sometimes not. Can be personal things, can be business projects, like even in traveling. Like I have been to places, like I can share some mistakes I did with nomadic and traveling. For example, when I firstly visited Southeast Asia, I went to Phuket in Thailand in the rainy season. I didn't even have it in my mind to check the weather because I could see Phuket everywhere, sunny with palm trees and coconuts and monkeys and everything, from the ads about the travel agencies. And I didn't think that, oh, there is a rainy season in Southeast Asia. So I went to Phuket and it was raining all day. I only had maybe 3 or 4 sunny days to do some trips. Or, for example, I had in my mind that the popular monuments like Acropolis and the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty and all these things are in the capital cities of the countries. So
Mhm.
when I wanted to visit the Angkor Wat in Cambodia, I took a flight to Phnom Penh. But Angkor Wat is in Siem Reap, which is 6 hours away from the capital. So I also do some mistakes. Also, my friends, they took a flight to Chiang Rai instead of Chiang Mai in Thailand, different city, like Budapest and Bucharest, let's say. But yeah, some people, they do worse mistakes, like they took flights to Austria instead of Australia, for example, which is very
Oh my God.
different. Yeah. So yeah, also traveling mistakes, of course, regarding the weather or the area. Like I stayed in let's say the worst area of the city or a very or or an area which was kind of empty. Like I
Yeah.
visited the Cebu Island in the Philippines and I went to an area with nobody there, nobody around, nothing to do, no people. I didn't
Wow.
know that there is an area full of expats and nomads, and co-working space and everything. And so all these things are mistakes that they give us lessons, and now we know what to do next time, what to improve, what to avoid. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's like we either win or learn, as somebody said in the past.
Yes. And it's how you translate it, right?
Yeah,
And you have translated all those mistakes as learning opportunities for your clients because
of course.
you share your story and they avoid mistakes that they
Yeah,
would eventually because you're in their support
of course.
system.
I can tell you one more big mistake. Like I have an online business and I travel the world as a digital nomad since 2018. And I only learned and figured out last year that I could register my online business somewhere else in a different country and save over 50,000 euros in taxes and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I was like, oh my God, like I paid 50,000 euros that I could avoid if I knew this information 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're traveling, you're not based in Greece anymore.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not
Wow.
English.
Yeah. And what is the number one tip you can give to somebody who is listening to this podcast now? What is your number one tip for them to break out of their
Hmm.
existing reality, of their routine, if they're not happy with it?
Yeah, there is something that I heard from somebody many years ago, and I really liked it, which is you don't need money, you need a better strategy. So many people think that they need money to do something, but there are actually a lot of strategies that they can follow. There are money, people have money, organizations have money, investors have money, like companies or many projects. So we can find different strategies. I know many
Yeah.
people that they started their own business with zero money, with a partner who had the money to support financially, or people that they did trainings with full scholarships, or
Yeah.
they exchanged services. So I also did that in the past, exchange services exchange. So there are many different ways that we can do things, right? I even know unemployed people that they now have a business in the US, and they
Yeah.
were not unemployed, sorry, homeless. They were homeless, and now they have a business in the US
Wow. Wow.
from this
And
kind of support.
I guess somebody to change their mindset, look for ways to change their mindset, not look for ways to make money so that they can do the other things that they're looking for.
Yeah,
Because if you're chasing after money, money is never enough. But if you're chasing for the right mindset and the right ideas and upskill, well,
yeah,
changing your
exactly.
mindset, then miracles can happen. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for all this conversation. It's been an eye-opener for me, and I guess for the people who are listening to the podcast and watching us. So for this final part of the podcast, I have this hack, the book hack. Everybody loves it. So I have some of the books I'm currently reading or I have finished and I love. And this is my list for now. So you can pick one of those books and I'll explain what we do next. Can you read or?
Okay, so I will choose one that I see it for the first time, Untamed Glennon Doyle.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen this book before.
Oh, you will love it. Give me a page.
Okay, let's say 77.
77. And while I read them, you'll give me a line as well. And while I read it, there aren't many lines in this page, but
One line.
yes,
What about 12?
12. Okay. So I'm going to read line 12 and the context around it. And you will just stay in that, like what's coming up for you and share. Okay?
Okay.
I cannot hold too tightly to any river bank. I must let go of the shore in order to travel deeper and see farther.
Wow. I think we're talking about this during the whole podcast. Amazing.
This is what happens with this book hack. It's magic.
Yeah, yeah. This is, and it really reminds me of when I firstly left Greece. My first trip was in Romania, and I can tell you that I only had 90 euros, nothing else. I had 90 euros in my pocket, zero in the bank account, nothing else, only 90 euros. And I went to Romania with an Erasmus program, and I came back with 60 euros. So I only spent 30 euros in 10 days because everything was paid from the European Union because it was an Erasmus program. And then I started learning new things, and I was like, okay, this is an amazing opportunity. Then I joined 19 more programs, so around 20 in total, and visited 16 countries with Erasmus projects.
Wow.
And then I started nomading around the world, and everything was easier because I also had my own business, and it was easier to make enough money to do that.
Okay, so the title of the book is Untamed, and you just went untamed, right?
Wow, yeah, yeah. Exactly. And also the Southeast Asia, like I have never been to, like Europe was my comfort zone. Actually, European Union was my comfort zone. Then I traveled to non-European Union countries, and I was like, okay, this is also easy. And then I decided to go to Southeast Asia. I knew nothing about Southeast Asia, so
Yeah.
everything was new. And I don't know if you have been to Southeast Asia before, but everything is different from Europe, like everything. So it's very eye-opening, have many new insights. Like the world is way bigger than what we think.
Yeah. Southeast Asia was never in my bucket list, but when I met you, it's there now, and it's like a top priority, not
Great,
a thing. It's a top priority. So I think it's happening already.
great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Markos, for this wonderful conversation. It's been an eye-opener. And I'm really into trying things out. So now you have given me another thing to try out through this discussion. And I might touch point with you to find out more about my Ikigai. So how can somebody reach out? How can somebody get support from you? Where can they find you? Of course, I'm going to share
Yeah.
everything about you in the description, but what can you share that people can find you now?
Yeah, so they can connect with me on social media with the name that they see here on Zoom. Like they can connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or message me on WhatsApp, Viber, or Telegram. It's plus 30 69 777 61644.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use my Greek phone for calls and SMS, so because I'm in Vietnam. So if you call me, I cannot pick it up, or if you send me an SMS, so you message me on the chat applications or the social media. You can also find me with my email, markoskorvesis@gmail.com. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
many different ways to reach me. I think it will be very easy because
Yes.
Markos Korvesis is just me and my cousin. I think there are only two people in the world with this name. So it will be very easy to find me.
Amazing, amazing. And people will be amazed when they start working with you and discovering themselves through this work you're doing. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation, Marcos, and look forward to seeing you in another setting, maybe.
Thank you for the podcast. It was amazing. I loved it.